Hi guys, good evening, good morning. Today I will show you how to do the authentication. So this is my test cases. So I have two test cases. One is the so mainly I will be working on to the Parabank application. So in the Parabank application, what I am going to do it, I need to log in and I have to click on open new account. So this is my scenario. So for this scenario, I was made the authentication. So for the first thing, for authentication, you need to create one set of one spec file. So in the spec file, already I was mentioned the login details. As you can see, await page.go to and username. These are the I was combined the page object model framework into the I'm passing the values as a parameter, username and the password. And so my after once it's login, so I need to show the session. So that's the reason I write page.context.storage state and enter the path JSON login auth.json. So what it will happen, so when I give the run, first it will run the file and it will store the our authentication details into the login auth.json. So it's a JSON file, so I can show you how it will store login auth.json. Yes, here so you can see cookies, name, and other things. It will be stored. So it will be runtime. It was stored. So I will delete as of now. So because automatically anyway it will be create. So first, what we need to do for authentication, so you need to create one set of file in the global set of spec file. You can keep it your login details, okay, and then create one login auth.json because I need to store all the storage credential session here, and come to the config file. In the config file, you have to um, write some of the code here, so I can tell you in the under the project. So there will be two, you can consider as a two project. You can see in the projects I was under two, one is setup and another one is chromium test. So what it will do, so each my test cases, first the this test case, when I was running, I am running through npx text project called chromium test. So dependency is set up. So this it will be having dependency, the dependency will be set up. So this is the setup. In the setup, what I was made, name equal to setup, I was given what is the name of the name of the project, and test directory where my test cases are located, and test match. So test case match, as I shown global setup spec.js, there I was created the login data. So that's the reason. So what it will do, first it will run this one, the login each time, and the use cases I was passed the base URL, and headlist I was kept it as a false, and browser name I want chromium, so I was kept at the chromium, and ignore http error. If anything error occurs, so then I need to I don't want those ignore like a normal http error. So that's the reason I kept it as true, and the devices I was set as a desktop chrome, and the channel also I was put it as a chrome. So when coming to the second, the setup, you can observe. So name, that is, this is my mine name chromium test. So this is the name of the project, and dependencies. So dependencies I kept it as a setup. As a first time see setup I was created into the here. So it will be run this one as a past global setup spec.js. So each time. So then here also given as a base URL. Base URL in my case I am doing on Parabank. So stage case execution. So that's the reason I was added for this base URL, and the storage state. And storage state also we need to add. So you can go to the storage state option, and you can see it will be telling the populate the context with given the storage state. This optional can be used to initialize a context with logged in information obtained by browser context or storage state. So logged in information it will be holding main thing. So if you have any authentication type, then you can better to use this one, so that it will be reducing the number of login, and it will hold the authentication details. And headless I was given the false, and devices I set it as here also desktop chrome and channel chrome, ignore http error equal to true. So this is what we need to do the main setup when you are doing for the authentication. And I will tell you like it's test cases. One test cases I was the return the login. So this is each time it will be login. So if you see a test start before each. So in the before each of the test cases before execution, I need to go for base URL, and then after each I am taking the one screenshot. So I kept it as screenshot png. So this is the simple code. So I was written for just for showing like how the authentication it will be working, and then I was printing the console successfully executed into the login spec.js and come to the open new account spec.js. So here what it will do, here it will directly go to the base URL. See, you can observe I know I'm not written any of the login details. So what it will do, because login already it will be holding on to the authentication file, so that's why I don't want to each time login. So the tester before it's just only I'm validating, moving to the URL and then open new account directly, because as it was holding my credentials, so I no need to log in. So I was created an open new account as a test case name, and here I was written the all the locators and what will be the I have given some waiting time because this application it was very slow and it was the JDBC application, so that's the reason. So then after once it was done, I was kept the taking the screenshot.png and full path. So I need a full page, sorry, full page screenshot I required, so that's the reason I was given as a true. So in this case, so we can validate the authentication. So for while running the test cases, so directly you can't run npx playwright test. So you need to do, I will just 1 minute, I will clear the comment. Okay. So npx playwright test hyphen project equal to chromium test. Our project main project will be chromium test, as you can see on the configuration file playwright config.js. You can observe, see chromium test, this is my project. Okay, I want to run for this project. So when given for triggering this project, it will be passed to go into the dependency of that project. It will be executing the global setup.exe. You can see test match global setup.spec.js. Global setup spec.js, what I kept only the legend credentials I kept, login credentials as you can observe, and storage state and the file. And you need to create one file in outside of the directory login auth.json or anything, whatever the name you want you can give it, but enter the proper name and kept it here, so that it will be stored the session or status of the login details. Yeah, so npx playwright test hyphen project equal to chromium test I given, then hyphen headed. So I want to run on headed mode, so that's the reason I was given on headed. And you can observe login not.json, it was an empty file. After run you can see it will be stored all the cookies. Now I am executing my test cases. This is the first time it will be logging. One test case got executed. See, now it was started the second. See, there is no login. Directly it was moved to the application. You can observe. Directly click on open new account, and this is the display space display. See, three password, one skip. This is how we can maintain the storage session for the authentication of any of the application. Now we can go to login.json. See, I was deleted, but it was runtime. It was stored my all the values, name, value, domain, path, expiry, HTTP only, secure, and other things automatically it will store when you start for running the test cases. Thanks for watching, guys.